Good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday. We are in step 4 of the Snowflake Method. We are just halfway there. Yes. Hey, we all deserve an applause this morning. Let me. Did it play? Let's see. Yes. We deserve that hand. So I want to welcome everyone here to day 4, and we're going to focus on step 4. And step 4 is going to be really easy. It may not even take you no more than 20 or 25 minutes. Well, that's if you quick when you're writing. But if you really want to give it some good thought, deep thought, I would say about 40 to 45 minutes to an hour. So yesterday, well, the first day we wrote our one sentence summary, which was in 25 words or less. And then day 2 we wrote what we did. One paragraph summary of our story. And then yesterday was day 3. We wrote a one page summary of our main or primary characters. I like to say our supporting characters in our story. So it may not have been every character in your story, but the main ones. And I think my main one was Bay Bonds, which is my sleuth, her cousin Olive James. They lived together. Well, they grew up together. She moved back home. So James Olive is still at home with his mama. Aunt Ivy, her dad, Sheriff Raymond. I think I'm gonna keep that name because I like it. And who else? There's and Mr. Bud DeWiser. He has his own character sheet because he's very important. He has a very important role. And then there was Rhonda, which I may change her name. I hadn't decided. And who else? And that's the deputy. He wants to take over her father's role. Oh, and then the mayor, of course. And then there are other supporting characters. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of supporting characters that are very important in this story. So I may have to go back and write a few for, well, Vonnie. I'm going to change her name. The suspect, which is Bay estranged best friends. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of characters. Well, honestly, we'll say that for later, but the main ones, but they still important. They still important. So I'm gonna leave that discretion up to you. How many characters you wanted to write in your summary from yesterday, your character sheet, and it was supposed to be your main characters, but to me, all of them seem very important. But there's going to be another step where we do the character Bible, so we can include these other characters in there. So I think the main character's supposed to at least be no more than 3 to 4, depending on your story. So today, we're going to take step 2. If you remember step 2, when we wrote that one paragraph summary of our story, we're going to take each sentence in that paragraph and expand on it, creating a paragraph of its own. So say like if you had 4 sentences in step 2 when you wrote your one paragraph summary, those 4 sentences need to be expanded to a full paragraph of its own. And step 4 is to write a one-page synopsis. Now, don't get upset when you hear the word synopsis. We're not talking about the one you write to to get an agent for the publisher. That is a little bit different, but you can use the same information when you do that step. But don't worry about that. Just get that out your mind. Do not think about that at all. Right now, you're just going to focus on writing and expanding that paragraph from step 2. Use it in step 4. So you're going to have a one-page synopsis. And this is for your eyes only. No one else needs to know. This is for you. So write it however you like. You may have a full page. You may have a half a page. It may take you 2 pages. But this is for your eyes. And this is to see the overview of your story. Because you already wrote a summary. Remember, you wrote that that one paragraph summary. Well, we're going to expand on that. So I hope that sounds pretty easy to do. You just take that first sentence, you make that into a paragraph. And is one thing I wanted to point out too about the snowflake method that it came to me yesterday. The snowflake method does not write your story. The snowflake method gives you the steps for you to allow your creativity to write the story. So you understand? You are writing your story, but the snowflake method are taking you through 10 steps to allow you to use your creativity to write this story. So right now we are at step 4. Tomorrow we'll be going on step 5, and we will continue this through the weekend. Usually I take weekends off, but I want us to get all 10 steps in before the end of the month. So to stay on schedule, we will be doing weekends. I won't be on as early Saturday because I have a writing boot camp, but I will be on probably immediately afterwards. And Sunday, probably the same time. So I'll give you, it won't be at, early in the morning. It'll probably be maybe at, excuse me, 10 o'clock my time or maybe 9 o'clock my time. I think 9 o'clock my time is better, central. So anyway, today we're going to focus on that. And if you working on something else, that's fine. Continue working on your project. I will have the timer go through all the phases while we work on step 4. If you completed step 4, you need to go back to step 3 when you're writing your character sheets for your main characters. You can go ahead and do that. Use this time to do that. And remember, this is your protective time. And protected time means this is the time you dedicate to your writing. You don't let any distraction in to take you away from what you invested your time in. And that's your muse, that's your writing. So utilize this to catch up on your writing, to look back at the previous steps, to make some revisions if you want to, and happy writing. So I'm going to start the cycle of music and timers, and we're going to work on step 4. And remember, once this video is over, sometime this morning, you can go back and click on a link that will take you to my blog where I will have step 4 written out. All the steps will be there as we go along, but step 4 will be there today. So let's get started. Okay, so I didn't work on step four. I'm going into step four now. During that time, I went back to step three, working on my character, one page character summary. So this is what I realized, that all the people that I thought was going to be my main characters that I had to write a one page summary wasn't. It was the three main, I realized my three main characters of this story is Bay, Bailey Ray Vons, I call Bay, her cousin Olive James, and Ivy. They are the three primary characters. So in step three, you may not have four, five, or six primary characters that I thought would be, because they all intertwine in one. These three characters drives the story. Without these three characters, there would not be a story. So that's something you may want to consider when you go back to step three. Your main characters, it will be your MC, and in this case, it's not even my villain. Not yet. The villain will be in the character during the Bible, character Bible. But it may be your villain. But it wasn't my villain, didn't drive the story. It was Aunt Ivy, it was her son, Olive James, and it's Bay. Yeah. And as we go along, we may realize too, well, maybe the villain does drive this story, because it's because of the villain, the reason why this story exists. But I don't see that right now. Because sometimes when you're first starting, you don't know who the villain is. One other suggestion, you may think of all the characters in your story before you get started and what assign them a role. So you can narrow it down that way. So now we're going to do a 7-minute wrap up to finish off where you are. If you have any comments, put it in the comments section, or any questions, put it there. I'll check back. But let's do a wrap up, and I'm going into step four now and work on that one page synopsis. I doubt if I get the whole thing done, but at least I can get started and work on that later on today. So let's finish up with a 7-minute wrap up. Okay, today was a really good session because I was able to go back and do some things that I didn't do yesterday and move on to step 4 today. So I just wrote maybe the first paragraph of step 4 by writing your one-page synopsis. Remember, that's for your eyes only. No one have to look at it. The purpose of that is to see your story as a whole, to know that you have invested time and you have the materials to create a full-blown story. So, and remember, this is not the same synopsis you will send out to a publisher or for an agent and all that other good stuff. So continue to work on step 4 today. And if you need to go back to step 3 or any of the previous step, go back. It's okay. And then you can catch up. Tomorrow we're going on to step 5. We are halfway there. And if you're planning on joining NaNo, Raimo, do so. I'm thinking about opening a Discord group. If I do, I will share with you a link. And it's going to be about NaNo year round or just year round writing to keep you motivated, to keep you accountable, um, just to keep us all inspired so we can make our dreams of getting that first story out, that first book out, that first, second, or third, because your story matter. It really does. So until then, I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Bring you a cup of coffee. I'm going for my second one. I drank the first one and didn't have time to go and get that second one before showing today. But I'm going to have my second cup of coffee. I'm continue to work on this process. I may do a Twitch stream today. If I do, I will put it under the community discussion. And to let you know, I'm over there on Twitch and you can join me live over there. Until then, oh, I got some good news I want to share. So, y'all know I'm a part of the eCam community, right? If not, you do know now, which is how to go live, set up your camera, your studio, and all that other good stuff. So I already managed my lighting. I got my microphone together, so I don't have to spend any more money. But now I'm a part of the beta program. I will be able to bring a guest remotely live directly into my program without having to go through a third party program like Restream and StreamYard, things like that. So I'm really excited about that. I will be able to practice with that October the 1st. So I will be having a couple of coffee break sessions where I will interview authors, writers, and content creators by bringing them live straight into my studio. I am so excited about that. So anyway, that's the good news I want to share with you. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Happy writing.